Hey, I just wanted to make this video for anyone that was looking to set up a Famicom disk system in the UK. I struggled to find everything I needed. It took me a long time to actually get it working. So I'm just going to make this video for anyone and show up how I've got the cable set up. So you've got your Famicom here. Mine has been modded to be AV. The easiest thing is actually just to get an AV, either an AV Famicom or a modded one. If you have the original Famicom modded with an AV, for AV, we also need to convert it to PAL, because the Famicom is originally NTSC. So what we do is we have our cable running out. It comes into our little converter here. Oddly, the cables I've got are red and white, but it's actually going into the white and yellow. And then of course our switch is so that it goes into PAL. That also needs to be plugged into this little adapter here. And of course our output is the 3 cables going into the back of the TV there, using a SCART. Now for the power as well, we actually need an AC adapter for centered negative polarity, which is actually this little part right here. We can see our center, and then it connects to our negative here. I believe that's quite rare for a lot of power adapters. So what I'm using actually is the Sega Mega Drive power adapter. It works perfectly in the UK for the Famicom and the disk system. So I've actually got 2. I've got one plugged in here. I've got another one plugged in here. Now I've had a lot of trouble with getting this working, and I had read somewhere that having them plugged into different outlets could help, and it seems to have worked. We'll try it in the same extension, and if it doesn't work, try it in another one. It's a lot of trial and error with these old consoles. Also, the Famicom has some switches at the back here, TV and game. Sorry, you're looking at that upside down. And channel 1 and channel 2. Mine's set to TV and channel 2. It seems to work. Again, I would just trial and error. When you're switching it on, if you're not seeing anything, try and channel, switch to game. We've got our cables coming out. We've actually got a RAM adapter plugged into the Famicom, which plugs into the back of the Famicom disk system. That is also, the Famicom disk system is also plugged in with one of those adapters. Now if you needed to as well, if you only had one adapter, you can actually use batteries, and you could use these C batteries here. You need 6 of them. Again, I just had those as a backup in case my adapter wasn't working. And if we switch on now, so in a lot of these UK televisions, you have an AV channel. Normally you're just able to switch on, go to channel 1 or 0 and go back a channel, and usually that is your AV channel. So we can see here we've got nothing happening. If I switch on my Famicom, of course it's just the switch here. There we go. It wants us to put in our disk. So we look for side A. We want to see that. That's normally what we want to see. There we go. Also, make sure that your Famicom is working first. So before you've got the RAM adapter in and the Famicom plugged in, have your cartridges, plug them in, see if your Famicom is working. It can be really difficult to figure out what is wrong. So if you can get the Famicom working, at least you know that part of it is working correctly, and then you can start working out the other parts. Now, anyone that's fond of their sort of retro consoles will know that cartridges do not work 100% of the time. Keep trying them. I know they say not to blow into the cartridge, but they're 40 years old and they're still working when you do it. So if it gets it working, I'd say give it a try. The Famicom especially, I've got a few games and only some of them seem to work. And some of them work sometimes, some of them don't. Keep trying them. Once you do know that you've got everything working, you've got audio, you've got video, you've got a couple cartridges that you know that work, then of course you can plug in your RAM adapter. And again, that acts just like a cartridge. So it's plugging into where the cartridge slot is. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to work 100% of the time. So it might be that that is the part that's stopping the disk system from working. If it's not working, I would try, you know, blowing on it, just cleaning it, have a look at it. I actually think that's exactly what was wrong with mine for a while. I had everything working, Famicom working, but just the disk system would not, I would get nothing coming on when I had the RAM adapter plugged in and the disk system plugged in. So then I would go back, I would check that Super Mario Bros. 3 was working, it comes on. I had a look at the RAM adapter, blow into it, and you know, when it's slotted in, often you find with a lot of these cartridges, when they slot in right, they feel right. Troubleshoot, get the Famicom working first. Well, good luck out there. If I've missed anything, please let me know and I'll try to add in any information in the comments. Cheers.